Late evening, you have tuned into Headlines Now with me, Linda Hercules. Let me take you through the top headlines of the day first. Sangma plays his turn of the dirty game, objects to Pranab's nomination for becoming the president. There shall be no wedding bells at the Anna Library, the High Court warns Tamil Nadu government. Centre informs Supreme Court of the R.K. Pachori Committee report stating there is no feasible alternative route at the Setu Samudram. Days after a controversy over an encounter in Chhattisgarh, Raman Singh says the Maoists used villagers as shields during confrontation. 9 Karnataka BJP ministers withdraw their resignations after being assured of their demands being met. More reason for civil service aspirants to smile as Jayalalitha hikes their monetary benefits. Medicos get a ray of hope as Medical Council of India approves over 3,500 new MBBS seats across India. And the superstar will give item girls a run for their money as he looks to debut an item number in Bollywood. News in detail. PA Sangma's team has formally objected to Pranab Mukherjee's nomination as the candidate for President of India. Bhartri Hari Mahatab, a member of parliament who is serving as Mr. Sangma's election agent, has said that Mr. Mukherjee holds an office of profit and hence cannot run for president. The post he is referring to is Mr. Mukherjee's status as head of the Indian Statistical Institute. Mr. Mahatab is a member of Naveen Patnaik's BJD party, which has nominated Mr. Sangma for president along with Jayalalitha's AIADMK and the BJP. The scrutiny of nomination papers has been delayed to tomorrow. Mr. Mukherjee is likely to be asked to reply to Team Sangma's complaints.
Well, one thing is that when these packages are rolled out, the person who rolls them out doesn't know that they will become candidates for the highest office in the country. And you can't stop working 5 years before you are actually considered as president. You can't stop working and saying we will do nothing at all. So I think that we should all be good sports in this. Now that it's become clear that there's an overwhelming majority for Pranab Da, not just from people who support the UPA, but across the board, I think it's best to accept reality and join in the celebration and support of an outstanding president for our country.
More acrimony ahead of the presidential polls as the Congress in Odisha has accused Naveen Patnaik, PA Sangma and his son of violating democratic traditions and constitutional provisions by seeking votes on the basis of race and religion for the upcoming presidential elections. Odisha Chief Minister, meanwhile, has accused the UPA presidential candidate Pranab Mukherjee of doling out lakhs and crores of rupees of central funds as Chief Minister to states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Bengal to elicit support for his candidature.
Mukherjee, as Finance Minister of India, has been doling out huge sums of money, going to lakhs, I understand lakhs of crores, for certain states like Bihar, Bengal and UP. Could it be that this money is going because he wants certain parties, you know, like Mulayam Singh's party, Nitish Kumar and the Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, to support his candidature as Rashtrapati of India?
Moving on, 9 rebel Karnataka BJP ministers who had handed their resignation letters on Friday have withdrawn them this morning. Sources said that the ministers loyal to former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa relented after being assured that the party leadership would look into their demands. These leaders want Karnataka Chief Minister Sadanand Gowda to be replaced with Lingayat leader Jagdish Shettar, who is one of the 9 ministers who had given resignation letters.
Practically, I requested my cabinet colleagues to withdraw the resignation. Practically, I saw in the news that they made a statement that we are going to withdraw the resignation. It is one of the, really I thank them because they have accepted my request and they came to that conclusion. That is what I learned. Right from the beginning, I used to say, I am a disciplined soldier of the party. Whatever decision my party gives, I am prepared to accept it.
We have decided to withdraw the resignation. All the 9 ministers have decided to withdraw the resignation and create a very cordial and a good atmosphere so that the entire issue is resolved amicably. and we have got Yediyurappa's blessing to this decision. We have not issued any deadline to the High Command, and as I said, politics is a process and it is going to reach different stages. Today it has reached one of the important stage where there is a lot of sense of confidence which has been given by the High Command to the leadership of Karnataka, especially B.S. Yediyurappa and Jagdish Shettar. Therefore, to felicitate the further process, we are withdrawing.
Those minister was resigned from the Sadanan Gowda's cabinet with threadbare discussion after High Command. Unconditionally, they withdrawn their resignation. We are heading for a political solution in Karnataka. High Command is aware about all aspects of Karnataka. Appropriate action will be taken at appropriate time.
In a huge development in the Ram Setu case, the centre has informed the Supreme Court that the R.K. Pachauri committee reported that the alternative alignment without cutting Ram Setu in the Setu Samutram project is not feasible economically or environmentally. The centre has also said that the cabinet will discuss and decide whether to accept it or not. The Supreme Court had already stayed the dredging across Ram Setu.
Government agreed to set up a Pachauri committee which has given a report after four years, and they have very more or less indicated that it is environmentally disaster to undertake this project. Now the government is stuck with a hot potato. They don't know what to do politically. If they scrap the project, they are in trouble with their allies, particularly the DMK, and if they don't, then they will not have a chance in the court. They will get a thrashing in the court. So they are seeking adjournments like they did in the case of Ramasetu being declared as a national monument, which is also a pending case in this matter, which is coming up on 27th August, where the government had taken a stand that we neither support Ramasetu being a national monument nor oppose it, and leave it to the court to decide. So the court will hear me on that day and decide whether Ramasetu should be declared as a national monument. But as far as this project is concerned, the only viable way we can shorten the distance of not going around Sri Lanka would be to build Tuticorin as an international container port and build a railway line from Tuticorin to Calcutta.
The Tamil Nadu government has assured in the Madras High Court that henceforth no more weddings will take place at the Anna Centenary Library. The auditorium at Anna Centenary Library, which the AIADMK-led government proposes to convert into a children's hospital, is of late a venue for receptions and parties.
Today we mentioned before the Chief Justice of Honorable High Court, that is, the Anna Centenary Library was used for a marriage function yesterday, and the marriage hall and marriage party was deliberately and voluntarily to destroy all the premises of the Anna Library. And we mentioned it before your Chief Justice, and Chief Justice got vehemently that they preach of the order of this Honorable Court, and we mentioned it, and from the government side they gave a assurance that they won't give a space for this kind of any marriage and other things. For that, the Lordship's Chief Justice insists to the government and or direct the government to not give the spaces for this kind of marriage and all these things. The library should be keep in library space. So this was mentioned by Senior Counsel Mr. P. Wilson, and the Lordships direct the put a short date for the final hearing itself.
துஷ்பிரயோகம் செய்யறதுக்கு ஒரு ஆட்சியாளர் வேண்டுமென்றே அதை நான் அமைத்தேன், திறந்து வைத்தேன் என்ற காரணத்திற்காக அதை நாசப்படுத்த விரும்புகிறார்கள் என்றால் அதை ஒரு நீதிமன்றம் திருத்திருப்பது
Staying with the state's affairs, DMK Chief Karunanidhi has written to Prime Minister Manmohan Singh asking for the question papers of the civil service exams to be issued in Tamil as well. Urging Manmohan to take steps towards implementing the same, he pointed out that the question papers are currently available only in English and Hindi. He reasoned that the Hindi-speaking population is more benefited by this. Chief Minister Jayalalitha, on the other hand, has announced various steps to benefit the civil service aspirants from Tamil Nadu, including increasing the stipend offered at the State Government Training Institute at Ananagar. The Chief Minister has announced increasing the monthly stipend from 1,200 rupees to 2,000 for the trainees of the government-run institute. Besides directing that it be revised by 5% annually in the coming years. She also announced 3,000 rupees as incentive for 200 students for 3 months to encourage them to prepare well for the services exams. Besides, 2,000 rupees would be given as travel allowance to those aspirants who had undergone training at the institute and cleared the exams to appear for the personal interview in New Delhi. Well, aspiring medical students can now look forward to an expanded medical education sector as 3,595 more MBBS seats have been created this year. Of these, the Medical Council of India has given its approval to 2,400 fresh MBBS seats in 20 new medical colleges and 1,195 additional seats in the existing medical colleges across the country. With their coming into operation, the overall availability of MBBS seats in India would rise to 45,464 and the number of medical colleges would rise to 355. More news on the other side of a very short break. Stay with us.